Olsen here, and happy St. Patrick's Day also. Well, see, a few days ago, I ran on my Facebook page. One thing I found out through, say, TV on DVD's site, that a deal has gone through for Shop Factory to release the Power Rangers DVD from 1983 to 2009. Yep, it's true. Although they say another gonna be some say single season release, but what kind of things would we see on those DVDs? I have a personal list with some of my own personal art sketches of what some of them may look like. Okay, first off, the standards. TV and toy ads. Say from ads that they show on TVs for the shows and the toys. A retrospect, which we may usually end up finding because the entire timeline of the entire Power Ranger series. Commentary, as we probably expected, usually in certain episodes. Deleted scenes, as usual, and also behind the scenes footage. Character profiles. There's also character profiles for all the Rangers and other characters. Monster galleries for all the creatures that had been sent to terrorize the Earth. Now, but volume sets are usually standard this season. And outtakes. Now, these things are usual, but one of the things the fans like myself would love. That's something that be about say this big. But what would the cover look like? Here's the one of the two. Although I do have other ideas, but that would take up too much time. Although box art is old and it's an art book. Well, it might be a fan art book. But just an art book from the design for, well, and also trivia cards. Now the art book for the art books would be two completely different. One would be for the collector's box that would have all the books from all the artwork from the entire series, while the volumes are those little flappy booklets you might find in some DVDs. Yet they sort of paper thin. Although the trivia cards could be, one would be in a whole box that has every known trivia of the series, while the volume ones have a simple packet you might usually find in baseball cards. However, a board game twist would be good, although having a very thick board for the collector's box with dice or just those little fold-ups. Because one would only have one small part of the board that has, say, revolved around, say, the entire of that season, of that Power Rangers season. While the hard board may have the whole thing, but others, now the type of cards would be there will be, say, for each one throughout the board games, while each one has, you might use, say, particular knowledge of, say, of that, say, what card do each one represents. And, like, say, if you want to, like, say, if you want to use an attack card, that might be in limit, that might match, meet, or beat that number that the monster card would have. There's one thing that's that most someone, particularly me, would like to say to see on the, especially, well, maybe on the Blu-ray segment. The known series of Super Sentai. Although those that are unfamiliar, I understand your confusion. And I understand how. Well, just that we write it. It's just that the Power Rangers series was based on, say, the series. Specifically, Zen Uranjan. I know that sounds like I know it does sound a bit Japanese, which it was based on. And how, although one side would have a Power Ranger, while one side would have a Super Sentai. But one side may have more than the others. Although, to proudly make sure to avoid the confusion, is that something that should be added is, say, special, say, documentaries about, say, the Super Sentai series, on how its beginning and how it did influences Power Rangers today. Although we might also end up having, say, of some Super Sentai movies on in that set. Maybe its own independent discs. Also the Versus movies, as well as the Versus movie, which has been a tradition of theirs. And finally, a cover gallery with, say, from VHS boxes, DVD cases, video game, and also from video game, and also, say, from video games, video game adaptations, and also, say, the short-lived comic book of the third season from the that was based on the original Power Rangers. Well, I guess that's all the time that we have. And don't forget to stay tuned for the Nintendo blog for Kid Icarus Uprising. Olvison, this is Olvison L. Island.